come achieve success with Global.Media.com. Let's celebrate it with or without champagne or rum.
We live. Yes, we're live. Yeah.
You are alive, indeed. We're alive.
Yes.
We're live. We're alive. And also we're live with our friend.
Both.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
goodness.
not seeing us on LinkedIn yet.
Yes, I'm
Not
just
sure
going
why. I guess there's a delay.
Let me see. No, this time he hasn't disconnected you, Lisa. He hasn't
Okay,
disconnected
I'm
you.
seeing it now.
Yeah, excellent.
Okay.
Now you listen to me. Yay. Now welcome everyone. Of course, if you're here.
Oh my goodness. Your Marilyn Monroe background.
Oh, here we go. She's got
Kill it. Kill it.
they're living that better than Marilyn. Like, it's a nice conversation. But Jackie's here. Jackie's enjoying the Marilyn Monroe background.
No,
Yes.
no.
Jackie.
Delete. Sorry,
Yeah,
inside those people. But no, it's not the idea of what we want women to be.
Do you want this one or do you want this one?
Wow,
So
that's really busy.
Well, it's psychedelic. Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
Do you want this one or the other one? Come on now, decide.
Yeah, that's one.
That'll do.
Yeah, that's good. We go with that one. Oh my goodness. And the scrolling thing at the bottom is wrong.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, honestly.
Sorry.
Sorry,
folks. This is when you're doing too many things and not getting enough sleep. And technology is.
When I do one show after the other, that's what goes wrong.
Yeah, too many things.
Three blind mice. Three
yes.
blind mice.
Wow, that's not as bad as your Mickey song.
Oh
your
my
Mickey
God. It's still the wrong thing.
Don't worry,
Men and Menopause was last time.
I left a message on his
my
voicemail.
Goodness. We look so unprofessional, my goodness.
Yeah, we're dead professional. They're professional.
But we don't care.
There's no one here anyway, right? So it's all right.
There are people here, yes. What's wrong with you?
Hey?
I'm gonna say hi to Tracy and Jackie. Natalie is here. Wendy is here.
Stop saying that. There's no one here. It's just
Nooni
us.
is here. Chanda is here. I haven't seen Chanda in a while. Hi, Chanda.
Hi, Chanda.
I met Chanda caught up the other day. She gave me a new referral, which is an amazing thing. Anyone who gives me a referral is a hero in my life.
Yes.
Right? Bring more, please. Chanda. I'm glad Chanda is back to her usual self. So
he is.
Yeah,
amazing.
On the same diet as you, Paulette. It's never a good thing, right?
Sorry, yes. Yes.
I've seen Linda. Hi, Linda.
Go.
Seen Sam.
Right.
I think I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Miss Young.
Yeah.
Hello, my friend.
Cheyenne or Cheyenne?
Yeah. Sorry, my brain fog is. Woo.
Welcome, Cheyenne. So we've got Jay as well on YouTube. Hi. That's to you,
baby.
That's to you, Paulette. That's not to me, right? Yeah.
The old girl. I don't think so.
Or maybe to Lisa. I don't know. Tracy, the genius. We're always glad you're here.
Yes.
LinkedIn user. I have no idea which LinkedIn user that is. Please put your name there so I know.
Put your name because technology between LinkedIn and StreamYard it always has menopausal symptoms. It's Sean. Okay. Thank you very much, Sean.
Sean? Which Sean? Our Sean.
How you say it?
No, Sean Young.
Okay.
She gave us the correct pronunciation. Thank you so much.
So Natalie, welcome. I haven't seen you for a while. Glad you're back. So it says Linda's here as well. Superb. Yeah. Wendy, welcome. Linda, Canada, glad you're here as well. See, Lisa, man, deleting your events didn't really cost us much. Our friends are still here, right?
Yeah, because I sent out invites like a mad person.
You did. That's what you have to do, right? Of course, the amazing Jackie. I'm sure I showed you at the beginning. It's fun to see how she's having tech issues. Yeah, we'll have to
No,
take it.
this week was terrible for people and their live shows. So
Look, tech issues happen to everyone, so I just ride the wave. Right?
yeah,
It's
it
what it
doesn't
is.
bother us. I
Now,
just say it has menopause and it's moved on.
Miss Pepperoni, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Learning's going to be in London on
Yes, I'm excited.
26. So I have to go and meet her. The fact they mean driving the day after Christmas.
I hope you all get to do a live show together, a LinkedIn live together.
I don't
That
do
will
shows.
make my
I don't do
holidays.
shows over Christmas. I might make an exception for Miss Noni, but
Yeah, you have to make an exception. Oh, come
I
on.
think
I
so.
don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
a little meet and greet test and over some
Pictures.
nice
You
food.
get pictures. No, you get some. You get some. I've met
Mince
Miss
pies, mince
Noni
pies, maybe mince pies.
Yeah, well, I have to find somewhere to eat. Where do you get mince pies when you go out? I don't know.
Pastry shops.
Yeah. So what do we do now? So, well,
Not on Boxing Day. No, you have to go to a hotel.
Yeah, which is
The hotels, you'll get them.
I'm seeing Kenny is here as well. Hi, Kenny.
yeah. Super Kenny's here.
Yep.
Welcome, welcome. Who else have I missed? I don't know.
Can't do a food show without Kenny.
So Sharon is well. Sharon is Welsh.
Sean.
SHAN. You can argue about it if you want.
Sean.
Sean has a W.
God, I think she needs to come on
Yeah,
stage.
exactly.
We are butchering her name. Oh my God, and she's my friend, my lord.
It should be Cheyenne. Where's Shan?
No.
Yeah. It's not Sean.
Just
Sean
need
has
to
a
come
W.
on stage
And
tell as well, so it will be different. And you should know that, being part of the,
the first 15 minutes of any event is a fun part.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Tracy. Some people try to be way too serious.
No, and you said you wanted to end early. We can't take long discussion and end early.
Anything can happen, indeed. We have to find our feet first, right? We're quite new at this.
See, not Sean. Yes,
Sean.
Yeah, okay, Shan, not Sean.
Abragani.
Welcome, Michael. We see you as well now. Look, of course, my friends, we'd love to have you in the studio. If you want to come and share some of your thoughts on holiday meal preps, then please do join us. But let me stop talking. Let me let Lisa introduce the show.
So welcome to another episode where we talk all things menopause, perimenopause. Today we're going to talk about meal prepping to support your hormones, to support you through the holidays. Thursday is Thanksgiving in the States. We're going into the Christmas season, so I think this is an appropriate time to have this episode. And what we'll do is we'll share some information at first, and then I'll ask that persons come up and share any meal prep tips that they have that's worked for them over the years to come on stage and share with us. First, let me pass the mic to the beautiful Paulette, who I'm so glad is here with us. 2 minutes to introduce yourselves, and then we'll get started.
I think everybody knows me, but hi everyone. It's lovely to be here. We're still fighting the fight, but meal planning is a really important topic, and no one knows that more than me at the moment because I have no appetite at all. So I'm having a lot of health issues regarding this. So having to take electrolytes and all kinds of bits and pieces. So this is a really important topic. So I'm really glad to be here to learn and listen too. Over to you, Annie.
Hopefully, by the time Christmas comes round, you will be back to your full self. And that's it. It's Annie. Annie's LinkedIn user. Welcome, Annie, my sister. Glad you're here. Christmas is coming. Hope you're gonna enjoy Christmas to the full. What am I doing? Look, I'm doing what I normally do. So I'm just about to finish Dr. Paula Washington's On-Call Playbook workbook. I was doing that while I was away, but I was slumming it in Mouseland, making Mouseland. Yes, it was. That's not Disney. A Disney thing, by the way. I'm just saying. That after that's in between. So I've been writing helping my client write one of the book, and I was like, well, we're doing what we do. I think we just had to work today with a 92-year-old man who's written his life story. And I've been talking about this book for a long time. So Alexis, my editor-in-chief, is the one that's going to help to edit the book and then get to publish the book. I gasped because my 92-year-old man is taken ill in the US. Is Nigerian. So I hope we'll get to publish the book before. Yeah. A friend of mine told me today she got her cousin's children's book written in front of her. I'm like, let's just publish it. She goes, no, I'm waiting. I'm saying, what are you waiting for? Because you never know, right? You never know when it's too late. And I would hate to get a book that I'm publishing and the person croaks. That would break my heart. Really. I would feel so bad because the effort that goes into writing a book and the one never gets to enjoy it. So that's just part of my life, I suppose. But until then, I'm having fun being me, having fun with people like Lisa, who are experts in their field, who have something to share with the world. So we do events like this. Even when I delete the events accidentally, which I did on this one. Even when I blew 4 letter out, by cancelling her event in full. But I think we're reinstated.
Notice.
So we rescheduled Christina's show today from yesterday, and it worked. And I said all our friends were there, so it can be done. And Lisa saved this one by inviting her good friends, which all of you are here. Sean, we see you. Welcome. I'm glad you're here, my friend. So, and it's working over Christmas and to Boxing Day. I'm not. I'm taking Christmas off, apart from seeing Miss Noni in London. Only a small 6-hour drive each way. But yeah. Anyway, I have too much fun in life, so let me stop talking. Meal prep at Christmas. Which part do you prep? I guess part of Christmas, and I will have the turkey, and I just wake up and eat. I don't know how the food gets there. It just magically turns up.
It just magically turns up. The man, yes. They just wake up and food appears.
Yeah, and the drink is normally there as well. The drink, so normally I just literally eat and drink and then sleep and then wake up and do all over again. I try to do it 3 times. Now, my son and I try to do it 3 times in our day. And then it's 11 o'clock at night. We're like, oh, Christmas is over now. And then we might sing Christmas songs one last time. It's normally, I remember before we go. I can see it in my head. I can sing it in my head, but I'm not going to sing to you, lot, right? Well, I find the name I remember the name of the song, and I'll tell you what.
After what you've done to us two, I think we deserve a quick karaoke.
Yeah,
No.
I
love both of you. No.
Okay,
I want my friends to come around talking to me, and if I sing to you, and no one will ever talk to me ever again. So anyway,
we are not
I don't know. My friends in the audience are. I can break glass. Lisa, you and I have a pact never to sing on LinkedIn ever.
Yes.
Yes,
I will have to break that.
You can sing. I'll cheer for you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyhow, let me introduce myself and then move on.
Go for it, Lisa. I'll stop talking.
Hi everyone. For those of you who are new to our show, my name is Lisa Favak. I'm a dietitian, educator, author, coach for women in perimenopause and menopause. And we show up here every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern, to talk about a topic concerning menopause. And, as Annie was saying, some people just wake up and food appears on the table. But, for some of us, we are the ones putting it on the table, right? So I wanted to talk today about easy ways to meal prep, not just to reduce that holiday stress, but to support your health, your hormone levels throughout the holiday season. And I thought it was important because I'm getting a lot of feedback from clients saying that they're really struggling with energy levels. They're so tired. it's too much to do. It's too much. They want to provide a nice atmosphere. They want to create memories, but they're just so exhausted. So how do they attempt all of that? So wanted to give some information first, and then later on in the show, I'm gonna ask persons to come up and share any meal prep tips that you have for the audience, so that we could all learn and share from each other. Right. So first, I wanted to say that, especially now when the days are getting shorter, so there's less sunlight, which means vitamin D levels are dropping. So a lot of us are going to our jobs and it's very dark, and coming home and it's still dark. So we're inside a lot, not enough vitamin D. We're trying to get our normal work finished. Maybe we have end of year reports to finish. And then somehow in between fit in holiday shopping, shopping for presents, for food. Like I said, Thursday is Thanksgiving, so I know it's a mad rush to get everything ready. People are coming over, so it's a lot going on. And for some women, that can raise anxiety. It could cause depression, and it's a time where you're trying to be happy for everyone and do everything for everyone, but inside it feels like just so overwhelming. So wanted to share some of the foods to consider adding to your plate, adding to your meals, and then talk about quick ways to meal prep to reduce that stress. So if you've been to my shows before, you know I always talk about going more plant-based. I know Thanksgiving, Christmas is a time for turkey and ham and roast chicken, which is all great. But remember your foundation to let it be more plant-based foods. So increase the amount of veggies. And it doesn't have to be raw, boring salads. While you're roasting your turkeys and your hams, you could add an extra pan and roast off some vegetables. So add more fruits, vegetables, peas, beans, nuts, seeds, and whole grain foods to your meals and have that as your foundation. A lot of times meal prepping could involve batch cooking, cooking before the day, so you don't have to do everything on Thanksgiving Day. Leading up to the day, you can plan your meals and cook certain things. So for example, you may want to do the turkey on Thanksgiving Day, but the side dishes you do before. So in those dishes, try to include more of your veggies and your fruits in the meals. So let's say you're doing stuffing, maybe grate some carrots or some squash into it so you get some veggies in that way. If you're doing a salad, don't let it just be a raw green salad. Add lots of fruit. Add the different colors, because the different colors will give you different vitamins and minerals. And all of those things will help support your health, support your hormones. Include more soy-based foods where you can. So the reason I'm saying that is because as women going through menopause, estrogen drops, but there are some foods that can boost that estrogen. So let's say I'm making a comforting soup. I could add things like ground flaxseed. Ground flaxseed is a natural thickener, so it'll make the soup nice and thick, but you're also getting the estrogen boosting properties of the ground flaxseed. Right? Soy, I know people don't like a lot of tofu, but I'm encouraging you to go on YouTube and explore tofu. You can barbecue it, you can fry it. There are so many delicious ways to incorporate tofu. You can add tofu to your stuffing as well, because it doesn't have much of a taste. So you're bumping up the protein, you're bumping up the estrogen part of the meal, and it's incorporated into your stuffing where you don't taste it. And the University of YouTube is... Sorry?
What is it?
What is what?
Tofu. Is it plants? Is it cheese? What is it?
No, it's soybeans that they've processed to make it into these blocks. And it's very versatile because it doesn't have much of a taste. It pulls in the flavor from anything you add to it. So once you remove the water, so you press the block, remove the water, and then you season it the same way as you season meat. And there are different degrees of firmness. So like the soft ones can go straight into soups. The firm ones, you could actually freeze it and break it up, and it tastes almost like chicken. It has the texture of chicken. So you can do like a fried chicken, pseudo fried chicken, chicken bites. You could all there are also things like soy curls, where you can manipulate and make into like a shredded chicken substitute. So I'm not saying not to eat meat, because I know this is the time where we focus on the turkey and the ham. I am saying increase the other foods so that you get to enjoy the ones you can. Right? And then look at the meal itself and figure out what's most important, and can I shift the meal prep to other persons to share the load. So many times women in perimenopause and menopause, they have physical pain, so joints pain, muscle pain, extreme fatigue. So maybe in your 30s, in your 20s, when you're doing your holiday meals, you'd have put out 10, 20 dishes. But now it may not be feasible to do that. It may make you even more exhausted. I suggest figuring out with your family what is the most important dish, and maybe not doing all 20, maybe asking other families who are coming over to bring a dish. If you have older children, get them involved in the meal prep. So even if they're not involved in the cooking parts, they can help chop vegetables, season meats, maybe do some of the meal prep for the beans, things like that. There are things you could involve them depending on the age, because it's all about reducing your stress, which reduces the menopausal symptoms, and getting to enjoy the holidays as well. Too many times, women, they put out everything, they're exhausted, and they can't enjoy the holiday that they want, that they prepare the meals for. So I'm saying figure out what is the most important meal. Let's say it's Thanksgiving. Turkey, which means you have to do the stuffing and the cranberry sauce and the gravy. That's important. And maybe just do one or two other dishes and ask other people to bring to also bring over a dish. And you can tell them, listen, I'm in menopause. It means I have a lot more joints pain, a lot more muscle pain. So I can't do the 20 dishes I used to do before. Can you bring over a dish? I'll prepare the main part, the turkey. What can you contribute?
Also, Lisa, most families have got like their speciality, like this one's really good at stuffing, this one's really good at this or whatever. So, you can do it the other way, which is nobody does stuffing like you. So can you do the stuffing,
Yes.
and that kind of thing. And that encourages people to feel like, oh, my stuffing's the best. In that case, I'll do it, It's just the way you word it, isn't it? And
Yeah.
and sometimes I think instead of making yourself feel like, look, I'm a failure, I can't do it all, it's too much for me. Actually, by saying to somebody, your stuffing is the best, can you bring it? Your potatoes, nobody does Dolphin Wells potatoes like you. You're in charge of the potatoes, And before you know where you are, you've distributed all your bits and pieces. And like
Yeah.
you said, you can focus on the main thing. And I think that's a really clever and smart way to do it, because,
Yeah.
and the same at Christmas, that the whole thing, every time we give ourselves more pressure, more stress, more anxiety, we just put ourselves further down the list of being able to enjoy it. And I think that from my perspective, it's really important that everybody gets to have the Christmas joy, not just any who comes,
Who
magically
just shows
gets
up?
up, who and the little cobblers have made all the shoes, and it just so happens that the dinner's there, the food's there, the drinks there, and I just get to enjoy it. But I think we really do need to be mindful of the level of anxiety we put on, especially women. And at this time of the year, with menopause as well, as we're all getting older, this is just something extra that we're adding to the weight of it all, aren't we?
Yeah, and I like that reframe. So it depends on the relationship you have with the persons around you who's coming over. So if it's maybe work colleagues or friends or not immediate family, then yeah, maybe you wouldn't want to share your personal health issues with them. So telling them, listen, you make the best, whatever the dish is. I think that's a great way to get them to bring the dish and have less workload on you. And it's not just because of menopause. There's something called seasonal affective disorder. So sad. Because the days are shorter, persons usually more frequently feel more depression around this time. Suicide rates go up around this time as well. So finding ways to, one, give yourself that love and grace, two, finding that joy, because the season is just, it's for you as well. You should be finding ways to be part of the season, be part of the festivities, and not just create memories for others. And being aware of, okay, I'm going through menopause. I do have bouts of anxiety. I do have bouts of depression. It's going to get worse around this time. So let me be more mindful of, okay, maybe now I need a vitamin D supplement because I'm not getting the sunlight. And this is where talking to your doctor also helps, because finding the right supplement for you is important, the right dosage as well, because you may be taking a multivitamin and need another boost of it or another dose of it. So talking to your doctor, saying, listen, I'm experiencing more anxiety right now. I think it's because I'm inside a lot. Is there something to take? And it could be as simple as testing your blood vitamin D level and seeing if you need a supplement. Taking other supplements, I would always suggest testing first. But vitamin D, most people are low in it, especially if you're living in an area where you're not getting enough sunlight. Even in Trinidad, where it's a lot of sun, the days are getting much shorter. We're getting a lot more rain, so it's a lot of cloud cover. So more people are experiencing those depressive moods. So having a vitamin D supplement every day or every other day can help. But I like the idea of reframing it and telling people whether it's true or not. Let them, bring a dish and but encourage them, so you could share responsibilities and then decide, okay, what's the dish I am good at? What will bring me joy to make in the kitchen?
And also, you can always say to somebody, look, I'm doing the main course, you do the starter, and you're doing the desserts. You can distribute the meal that way, because I've done that before. When I've not been well, I've said to people, right, you bring, in fact, Boxing Day at our house, our friends, really best friends, come over, and we do what's called leftovers. So she brings all whatever's left over from her Boxing Day meal, and I'll
Okay.
have whatever's left over from our Boxing Day, Christmas Day meal, and we'll have leftover Boxing Day, and we eat all. Normally they eat everything that's on the table, and it doesn't matter who's made it. It's on the table, it gets eaten. And then the desserts, there's always that. You put out a beautiful cheesecake, and there's two pieces have been taken, and the rest of the cheesecake's going to go in the bin if it's not eaten. But by bringing it over to our house, everyone gets to share it the next day. And my chocolate cake might only have 4 bits taken, and there's enough for 4 more. So we do that, and we get rid of all of our leftovers on Boxing Day, and there's no effort involved. Charles will probably say do fresh roast potatoes in the air fryer, but that's all.
Yeah.
That's all we'll do. Everything else will be the meat and whatever else, and we'd have given meat and all the veg and fruit and everything to his parents to take away, so they don't have to cook on Boxing Day. They've got all their sandwich meats and everything else. And I think by sharing the load, it really does. It means that we get to our Boxing Day is just like, all we got to do is eat, drink, and be merry and enjoy ourselves. So it's about sharing the load as much as anything else. So for me, that's the experience that I've found as I've got older. Instead of trying to go, I can do everything. Yes, of course, 3-course meal, no problem. All my nights, preparing it all and everything else. I think the distribution of the tasks, and also, like you said, get the family members on. You're on carrots, you're on spuds, you're on this, you're on that. You know, we have to see this as a team effort, because we know we aren't as able as we used to be. And that is the truth. I know it's hard to admit, and I'm the first to say I don't like to admit it, but it is the truth. You know, you do have to look in the mirror and say, I can't do all those things. I can't stand and chop for an hour and a half, because number one, my wrist will be completely ruined for the rest of the day. And number two, my back will be shot. So, you know, get people to help you. It doesn't hurt to ask.
And you're on mute.
I was merely agreeing.
Okay.
Okay, so Annie's on the carrots. Okay, I'll send your wife a message.
No, that's why I didn't say anything. If I keep quiet, they forget. I play my role. My role is to eat the food. You know, I would love to indulge in your leftover pie. You know, so that's my sort of thing. Again,
yeah, that leftovers is great.
If we just turn, I don't know, and I haven't got to ask who cooked it. You know, cheesecake. I tell you, cheesecake. I'm just saying. I'm saying that now so they can hear me, all right? When you turn up on Christmas Day, I think there is a point that Americans have two big days.
Yeah.
You know, two. No, if not, I say we have two, but ours is Christmas and New Year. Americans have this Thanksgiving thing in between. Well, first, so it's in between us first, isn't it? Before all of that. I don't know if Americans do New Year's the same way as we do.
Not as mad, I don't think.
See, that's the big day. That's the big day for all of us. That's what we work towards. And you know, I think your Christmas meal, your Christmas cooking, is a perfect meal prep for New Year's Eve. You know, there's still turkey to eat, right? So normally we're still eating leftovers for Christmas, well into New Year. So yeah, I'm good that way. I eat happily for a long time.
What I found is that we do a lot of I don't know if this makes sense, but instead of a very quick story, and it will make people laugh, so I'll tell you the story very quickly. I bought the biggest, I was going to swear and I stopped myself, the biggest turkey you ever saw in your life, the hugest turkey. And I bought this huge metal platter to put it on. We're having loads of people over for Christmas Day. And I was really excited about this big meal and this big platter. And I'd got all the roasties were going to down one end and the Yorkshires are up the other. And I got it all in my head, how it was going to look on the table. And Charles was watching a cooking program talking about preparing the Christmas turkey and everything. Well, next thing I know, he's got my turkey out of this fridge, and he's got this sharp bony knife, and he's taking this turkey to pieces. And then on the television, the guy, I believe, this is my belief, that he had the turkey skin of a turkey that was 10 times bigger than the turkey that he actually ended up rolling in it, because Charles ended up with a turkey skin that was the size of a say a 4-pound turkey, and I'd got a 10-pound turkey, and there he is trying to wrap this skin around it, and it won't go around this thing that he's done. It looks like a road car. It looks like it's now roadkill, right?
Roadkill, yeah.
And then he can't get the skin to stay around it. So then he starts sticking cocktail sticks in it, right? I walk into the kitchen, and there on the table, he's just going to me, it'll be fine.
Abused turkey.
It will be easier to carve, he says. When I look at him, and
just reverse and walk right out.
Yeah.
Just walk right out.
Don't try and be too clever, said Paulette. Don't try and be too smart.
Listen,
Keep
I
it
just
keep
buy
it
a
simple.
turkey crown. I buy a turkey crown now because I'll never, ever, ever put myself through that again. I literally had tears down my face
Oh
as I
my
thought about
gosh.
my beautiful display. And I still
Yes.
put my display up, but the turkey was
It's,
all carved
it's just
previously
a
because I couldn't.
turkey, Paulette. It's
Oh,
just a turkey.
it's not.
Anyway,
It looked like roadkill. I could have killed him.
it was.
It was
Well,
nearly a divorce, I'm telling you. It was not good. And
yeah,
he's standing there going,
it's
"Aren't
not
you
that
proud of
deep,
me?
my friends. It was
Aren't
a
you
good
proud
idea
of
at the
me?"
time. It sounded good. It was done on telly. If you see it done, then
Listen, just
yeah.
because Jamie Blooming Oliver could do it doesn't mean Charles Allen can. And believe
Anyway,
me,
and
no, enough of all
yeah,
this. Go on.
yeah.
I'm moving
Let's
away from that
let's
topic.
welcome Aaron, the showman himself. Welcome to
Hello,
Aaron,
Aaron.
Hi.
the beautiful
Lovely to see you.
ladies. Doesn't mean me or Alexis is here as well. So let's not
Okay.
worry about that. Are you calling me a lady?
Oh,
That's you clearly, right? I was excited to see you. Okay, I get. All right. You want to just come on stage, Alexis. Of course, it's talking about sugar daddy, the man they call sugar daddy Kenny. So, how you doing, Kenny? So glad you're here.
I'm worried about that term, Sugar Daddy Kenny.
It's what the ladies call him. It's not me. I'm
Let's move on. Just step over and move on. What's the next comment?
Oh God.
Look, we have
All
a
right.
new person, Munir.
Yeah, here's some ideas.
Welcome.
Fruits and veg dips with homemade hummus as snack. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm running away. I'll tell you. You have to have lived. Goat, turkey. Yeah. Beef, lamb. Yeah. Now we're talking.
Did you
Pigs in
call
blanket.
me a goat?
Yes, pigs in blanket. All those things.
Oh Lord. Just move on. Just move on, Paulette. Don't even bother.
I'm just saying. Anyway, Charito, welcome. Glad you're here. Of course, a nice early morning.
Yes.
Take two. So LinkedIn dropped me. Welcome, Sean.
Bless.
Welcome on stage, Sean. Sean, he's the guy you're talking about, not me. The helpful guy. Who else do we have? So a few more good ideas. I did most of the preparation night before. So I make homemade cranberry stuffing, adding chopped onions to the berries is amazing. I have no idea. Again, don't look at me. All right. What's Sean say? Annie, I move over here. How are you? Yes. You got a good life, Sean. You got a good life.
Yeah.
Right. I'm looking for Mr. Combs. Lexi says Thanksgiving is a favorite. So the rest of the world doesn't understand Thanksgiving. We've done someone explained it to me today. Alexis explained it to me today. It just sounds like a gratitude day. It's a good thing to have in that sense, right? When you say Thanksgiving, that involves a turkey. Like, why does it involve the turkey then? I don't know. One turkey always gets it. I think there's more than one, clearly, right? So again, I think Annie says makes homemade stuffing with cranberries.
Nice.
I think she likes cranberries.
Very good for you.
Add chopped only for women. Just saying.
What do they do to men
I
then?
no idea. The men are not supposed to drink or eat cranberries. Why? That's my understanding.
Why?
What can it do for men? Nothing.
Every plant food has benefits to everyone.
Why are you looking so surprised?
Because I don't understand this even. No. Just because a study was done on a particular group of people, it doesn't mean that it has no benefits to other people. And men get urinary tract infections as well.
Okay.
So cranberries and cranberry juice will help everyone.
Okay. And you actually put in with onion.
Yeah, I like that.
You're really in the mix. It's amazing. I do my prep now before. I'm usually on my own if I'm not working, but go to church before Christmas. It's a religious time, and we have parts of the church for those who are on their own. So you don't have to spend Christmas alone necessarily, my friends. There are places that you can go to.
Definitely.
So Jay's here as well. Welcome,
And
Jay.
listen, if you can't go to if you don't have a church you belong to and you really are going to be on your own, go volunteer at a soup kitchen or go and volunteer at one of the big homeless shelters, because I've done it and it is the most rewarding thing in the world. I mean, I've never cooked on that scale. And I was like, oh, this is exhausting. But after I had this Yorkshire pudding, and I was like, I'm making a cake here. It was like I didn't even have a machine because the machines are being used for other things. And I was exhausted. But then when I saw this batter coming out and it was all huge Yorkshire puddings, I was like, what did I do that was so good? And they were like, no, it's the mixture. It's nothing to do with you. It's just the mixture. No, seriously, it's like they put extra, like, I don't know, it's bicarb or something they put in it to make it all go up and rise. But they were huge Yorkshire puddings, and everybody was so grateful. And I just felt like $1 million. I'd won the lottery, and all I'd done was made Yorkshire puddings for about 150 people. But I felt so good about myself, and I think that's what Thanksgiving's about. Thanksgiving is about feeling good, about saying thank you for the year that you've had. Thank you for everything that the year has given you, and thank you for what's coming, and to each other. And I mean, I can't wait for this year to end, if I'm completely honest, but I would quite happily, be thankful for other people who've supported and helped me. But I think Thanksgiving is about that, isn't it? It's about saying thank you. We don't do that in our country.
Yeah, we don't do that here. So when put like that, it makes sense to have Thanksgiving. But then I think it's just part of the American thing of having holidays, if you ask me. Anyway, let's not talk about that.
Bubble and Squeak, yeah.
Yes. What is that?
That is mashed potato and the leeks and the onions and the stuffing and the cabbage and everything all smashed in a big pan with a little bit of oil, and you keep pummeling it down until it's really, really solid. Then put a plate on it, turn it over, do the other side like a Spanish omelette, and then you chop pieces of it up, and stunning.
I've learned something today. I've never heard of bubble and squeak.
I have. I never know what it was. So don't do it, Jay. Don't do what Jay does. Jay puts all the leftovers in the fridge and then keeps it for several days and then throws it all away a week later. I eat everything.
Right in the freezer.
I eat everything. I freeze the turkey sometimes, but I have to beat the clock. Literally, every day after Christmas, the food's cooked already for 2 weeks at least. And we just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat until it's all gone. Chirito, what can I say? You have to learn how to cook. You don't want to learn that. It's a bit late, right? As far as you're concerned. Dr. Marcia, welcome. Glad you're here. I see any more great ideas before we go to Alexis.
Just wanted to touch on what Paulette said about the soup kitchen. So I know a lot of people are going to be away from family, or maybe they've lost family members around this time. It's going to be difficult. I know in the States they're talking about flights being cancelled and delayed, so family members may not reach the celebrations on time. So volunteering, I think, is a great way of. There are too many people that sit home alone, especially with the weather being cold and dark. It's a remedy for those thoughts to start entering your head. And I think if you have the time, and not just soup kitchens, there are a lot of homes that need extra help.
Even if old people's homes need help.
Even if you're like Chirito and you think you can't cook, they need people to wash dishes, clear dishes, clean up the area. So there's always a lot of things that need to be done around this time. Homeless people are not going to be on the streets, so they bring them inside so you can donate coats, socks. So there's always something that could be done. So talk to your local Whether it's your church, community center, the hospitals also need help around this time. So there's always a way to contribute to give back. So
There is.
I will always say, one, make something or buy something that's your favorite dish so that you could celebrate. I mean, you're here, you're on the planet Earth, you made it another year. It may have been rough for some of us, but we're here. So there's always something to be grateful for. And there are a lot more places now cooking Christmas meals. So you don't have to know how to cook. That's okay. Buy something that's your favorite dish, celebrate and be grateful for what you have for being here, and then find some place close to you that needs extra support.
For
Right?
sure.
There are always places around this time that need extra support. And with
Yeah.
the leftovers, yeah, please don't throw it out.
Jade, everything tastes better the next day. Really.
Yeah.
So that's why I cooked today for tomorrow.
Repurpose it into sandwiches. You can make soups, you can make stews. And if you really think, okay, I'm not going to eat this meal and it doesn't make sense freezing it, then consider giving it to home
Mm.
or homeless shelter who may need extra meals. So portion the ones you want. You may have extra, let's say people brought over extra food and you know, okay, I'm not really going to eat this. Then take it to a place that will be able to use it.
Give me a call. You know, as
Was
someone said in the comments, you know, Paulette, I'm coming to you for leftovers. There's no guilt in leftovers. You just have to use it. The guilt is
no,
when you don't
that is
use it.
equal.
You know.
But it's strange because different cultures are so different. You all talk about a day. We eat from Christmas to New Year's.
I agree. I'm
And
thinking beyond that.
yeah, and then we have a tradition called parang in your house. So it's a group of musicians that go around and sing Christmas. So the same way you all have caroling.
Mm.
Well, our song's much better, but it's like a nice soca parang, and you go to each person's house, you sing tunes, but then they're supposed to feed you. That's the tradition. So when we cook, we make extra to make sure that whoever comes to our house to sing us those caroling songs, we can feed them. So it can be a lot more pressure on the person making the food, where it's not just your family you're feeding. It's every day you have to expect your extra family members, your neighbors to come over because they will just pop over, the carolers to come over. So we have to make sure and have enough food for everybody. So it
Mm.
can be quite labor intensive, very stressful to make sure you have fresh food every day. But this is where Paula talked about encouraging others to bring. So maybe your community, maybe you live in a small area, a cul-de-sac or housing scheme where everybody could put things together. And each day we go to a different person's house, but we're bringing something,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
So that it just means looking at what your culture is, what you have available to you, utilize the sales. There are sales going on. I don't know if in your country is the same, but we have sales on food going on from from today, right?
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
always buy it, freeze it, pack it
Mm.
away to prepare for, because we're gonna be eating for like 2 weeks straight. There's no
There's,
one
there's
day. It's
our,
weeks of eating.
our LinkedIn user says, "Don't buy too much in the first place." Really.
It depends on what the situation is. For us, we have to buy extra because people are going to show up.
Mm.
Whether they invite them or not, people are going to show up, and it's rude to turn people away. It's expected that people will come over, and that, but it's all part of the merriment. It's a
Mm.
lot of music. It's a lot of camaraderie. It's a really
But
beautiful
that's
time.
culture, isn't it, Lisa?
Yeah,
That's your culture. I love
yeah,
that. I mean,
Uh,
the other thing that I just very quickly before we go over is that um, there are lots of people have traditions in their family, and it can be very sad when someone's no longer with you that that tradition is gone, and
yeah,
it can put a real dampener on situations. So my mum used to make the best crackling. She could make the pork crackling so crackly that everybody you couldn't wait to get a chunk of the crackling, right? She used to buy a huge pork joint and then get all the crackling on it. Now, I'm not a big fan of the smokiness in the house or the in the
yeah,
oven. It absolutely ruins your oven because you got fats Eating everywhere
All
and
over,
everything.
yes.
It's just the worst thing for me. But then this ninja machine came out. Yay! Stick it in the ninja, put the lid down.
Yeah,
And
like an air fryer,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, it's a massive one. And we put it outside. So it's not even in my house doing it. It's cooking underneath the pergola. And my brother always used to have for his Christmas present, one of his Christmas presents from my mom would be one of these pork joints with this crackling on it.
Oh, God,
So
yes.
I've taken over as the big sister. I've taken over that job. So every year now, I did it the first year because it was the first year Mum was not going to be there, and now
Yes.
it's like, okay, did you get the joint? Did you get the joint? You know.
Yes, we're
So
expecting it.
7 years now, I'm still doing it. So it just shows you that these little traditions that you think aren't that
Yeah.
important, actually, they're so important to
Yeah.
people. So just remember those things too, because if it was always Granny that did the best gravy and Granny's not going to be here this year, offer to do the gravy. Take over
Continue the
that
party.
tradition.
I agree with you. It's such great info. Thanks, Lisa. I appreciate all of you. Here, there's many more great comments. Let's talk to Alexis. She's been on the stage for a very long time.
Yes. Hi,
I've been very,
Alexis.
very patient.
Oh, hello. I'm listening to everyone. I don't know where everyone's located, but I'm in the United States. I'm in Arizona. I come from a family of immigrants, so we're always very grateful. And one of the things that I instituted when I had my own family was going around the table and around the room to always say what we're thankful for. And I think that's what it's based on, is when the Pilgrims came over. And I know there's a lot of controversy always going on. And they were grateful because the people who were indigenous here saved their lives by feeding them and teaching them how to grow things into shelter. And so all the immigrants that come over were always thankful. What we do in our family, because there are food sensitivities or some condition or something, we have traditional foods. And then we also have things that everyone can eat. So we have a lot going on. People contribute, everyone does. And the greatest joy this year is my oldest son sent a text and said, I'm off on Thanksgiving and I'm cooking dinner. Show up at this time and you don't have to bring anything. So I can't wait to see how this all turns out. I'm sure it'll be fine. But a comment on, and we never have leftovers. Nothing gets thrown away in this family. People eat for days. And when my children were at home, I cooked a full meal, everything Thanksgiving, even if we went somewhere else, so that they had something to eat all weekend. So a comment, though, also about what goes on with food here. Many restaurants are opened and they have Thanksgiving meals. We have also grocery stores prepare meals for those who don't want to cook, so you can just order it. But we have many charities who are constantly have, in fact, tomorrow, that's the big handout on them, where they people can go in their cars and they get boxes of food for Thanksgiving and then some. We also have many shelters. There's food in here in the United States. We rely on donations. It's not just from the people, but from the grocery stores and bakeries and whatever. So it's a constant giving. And yes, people fall through the cracks and people are hungry, but the churches and nonprofits are constantly trying to get food out, and especially for Thanksgiving. And I know firsthand it because I've worked with many of them on not the higher level, but the level where the hands-on and also helping to get foods from suppliers to that. So it's a constant thing, and it really is a big thing here. It's really important here. But yes, there's a lot of controversy. So, about being thankful. But that's basically, it's a very giving day and very thankful. So I'm very grateful for it. And so it is my favorite holiday. So, and for my family, that's my family who's grown, who's out of town, we also do a Zoom at a certain time. So everybody is included. And well, we're all grateful. It's rather joyous. So I'll just say that I am grateful for my family, my friends, and I'm grateful for all of you. All of you. You've become quite a part of my life over the last months and years. So thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that. So many nuggets there. I love the idea of these Zoom call because many of us are in different countries. We may not be able to afford flights around this time. It can get pretty expensive. So sharing a meal online, I think that's beautiful, and more people should do it. The idea of I know we focus a lot on Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day, but a lot of these shelters, a lot of the places that share foods are open right through.
Mhm.
So consider for people, especially if you don't have a lot of family nearby and a lot of free time on your hands, consider volunteering at these places. A lot of them need help with deliveries, picking up stuff from certain places and bringing it to them. They may not have enough transport. So there are a lot of places that need help. You don't have to. I saw, I'm going back to the comment Charito made of not being able to cook. That's okay, as Alexa said, a lot more places now. And it's for a lot of times for convenience. We just don't have the time to make the meals or favorite dishes. A lot of these supermarkets and restaurants are preparing those meals. Even here in Trinidad, we have places who do traditional Indian meals, doing a Christmas Indian meal that you can purchase. Right? So it doesn't have to be the traditional um, ways that you're expecting. Each culture will do something for Christmas. So go online, do a search, a Google search, and see what works for you, because you can find different meals. Chinese food places are always open. So there are lots of avenues instead of staying at home by yourself. I know this time can be really, really difficult, but just do a quick search. Talk to your local supermarket, your local community center, your local church. They are usually ears to the ground and can tell you what's open, what they need help with, what sort of donations you can make. Um, yeah, so that you don't have to be home for the holidays by yourself. I think giving back is so important to those less fortunate. So thank you for that, Alexis. That was a great share. And if you
Thank
have
you.
if anyone in the audience on the stage, you have addresses or contacts for persons who are looking for volunteers, please share it in the comments section so that we could share it out. And you never know what could happen.
Oh, for sure. Let's welcome Christy. Christy, glad
Hi,
you're
Christine.
here always. Like I say, I love this comment. We can also create our own traditions and
Yes.
combine them with existing traditions. And I say, I don't think we have traditions in my house. We just do we do what's right for us.
Hmm.
And that's always the best way. Why try and fit into a box that you don't need to?
Yeah.
So LinkedIn user likes making Christmas cards and cakes as gifts. My wife does knitting. She knits things that she puts around on post boxes and benches around the village.
Your wife knits, so that's a new one. I've never heard you say that.
Yeah, next time she needs funny stuff, I'll show you. Spiders, hats, fun, literally
I would love to see that.
stars, squeegee balls, and so on. And she knits a whole load of things. I don't know.
Wow.
I find out what she's knitting now.
He's multi-talented, man.
Hey, in Hertfordshire and Essex this year, two big counties, all the letterboxes are going to have a Christmas
Mm. Christmas
display,
hat. Yeah, Christmas.
a knitted hat,
Okay.
and then the money that's being raised from people walking around looking at them all and everything, Comfort Cases is getting a 10th. So we are one of the chosen charities. So yeah, it's brilliant. Really brilliant. So yeah, I mean, that's a huge thing. Decorating the pillar boxes. Again, it's anything that you can do. Like, I can't knit, but I could certainly go around and look and enjoy.
In my
So
car.
yeah, important.
I'll go in my car to have a look. I'm not walking up and down the fields like my wife thinks I should. It's not that. Let's talk to Calm. So our time's running out, my friends.
Yes,
So 10 minutes.
yeah, and I want to get to some of the comments as well. So let's hear from Calm first.
There's a lot of them. Mr. Calm, the mic is yours.
Hello. How are you guys doing? Habari gani,
We're good.
Madame Paulette?
Habari gani.
Yeah, I like the way she says it. I don't like the way I say it. She's going to have to teach me how to say that right. That's for sure. Thank you very much, Paulette. That was very delicious. With respect to Thanksgiving, this is the closest one. I can't think of Christmas right now because it's just too far away. I'm just that kind of a guy. With regards to Thanksgiving, what I'm doing is I'm dieting. Actually, I'm going to be dieting, and that's largely because, first of all, I believe that it's good for me, and my body really needs it. At the same time, I guess it's going to save me some money. I'm just going to be thankful for the fact that I can even just have, if at all, I have something I can have one meal a day. I have the capability of doing that. I'm thankful for that. Some places just don't have any meals, so one meal is good enough for a day or for a person. Yeah, that's good enough for me. I feel blessed. And I appreciate Lisa for opening up this venture for us to come together and talk about the foods that we love. If I was going to have anything on Thanksgiving, typically what I'll do is just sweet potatoes and turkey. The last time I made like a bought whole turkey, cooked that my own way in the oven, and then then just had a great Thanksgiving after that. That's about it. But thanks very much, Lisa. That's all I gotta say. I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet.
Yes.
Can I just say one thing? I know you very well, young man, and I know that you will have also made a huge contribution to your family back home to make sure that they too would have a good holiday. And whether it's celebrating Thanksgiving or whether it's in preparation for Christmas or whatever,
that is part of the course.
Exactly.
Yes, Paulette, you know me very well. I'm gonna.
So that's the thing I wanted to say. That's something that we should never ever shy away from. That if we've got
Paulette,
family,
I'm gonna have to surprise you.
If we've got family that need a little bit of a helping hand, then let's make. What's Annie doing?
I don't know. Annie is Annie okay?
What?
Annie's just laughing. What's going on?
Oh, okay. Why am I laughing?
Yeah.
Oh, let me set my camera on. So my wife. Okay, here's one of my wife's creations. All right, there's one of her creation. Hold on, where is it? Yeah, there it is. Nah, so it's a voodoo doll, she calls it. My son says it's a sensitive description of dad. So what my son said.
What's that got to do with Christmas?
She put them around the village. So this is this year's offering. She does carrots as well, apparently. You see, so it's a flower.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
yeah.
that is nice.
Flower.
She has a lot of that.
Okay.
That's nice.
Right.
There's a spider somewhere.
No, I don't want to see a spider. That's not Christmassy.
No, she can do flowers. Flowers.
At Christmas time, I did snowmen and I did Christmas cactus.
There you go.
I did
There
Easter
you
eggs
see.
Easter and
I
did
can hear. Thank you, Mrs. Annie. You see, you know,
Yes, the multi-talented Mrs. Annie.
we've heard it
that's
from
why I was
Mrs. Annie
laughing.
now.
Yes.
We've heard
Anyway,
it actually from Mrs. Annie that she does
sorry.
snowmen and flowers,
Yes.
not just
Yes.
The
spiders and
voodoo doll,
creepy
that's my
crawlies.
favorite one.
No,
When
But
voodoo
she
doll.
does other
No.
things. You make it sound as if
celebrates
it's just the
Halloween.
voodoo doll.
That's Halloween
No.
more than Christmas. That's why the voodoo doll becomes more important. There's a spider
Halloween. Save it for Halloween. But
Yes.
what Khan was saying was so important, in that is that we are all aware of the situation financially of our loved ones, families and friends. And if you have a little bit of spare, then I always say, please share. And that isn't meant to be in any way derogatory. That isn't saying that anybody should have more than anyone else. It's just saying that if you have, then consider sharing. And the reason I said what I said to Carl Michael is simply that I know him and I know that he'll be contributing to his family back home. And so many people, not just people that are sending money back home, but sending money to relatives in this country, in the UK, sending money to family in the States, people that have lost their jobs, people that are struggling, people that are worried about they're not going to be able to get the presents for the kids, but they are going to at least have a decent meal. You know, there are lots of things to think about with what Lisa's brought this topic up with. And anything that can get away from that little bit of anxiety that we're adding to all the time is worth it. And food is huge, but finances are huge, presents are huge, responsibilities, feeling like you're letting people down, they just weigh on top of you. And when you're menopausal, everything feels like you're catastrophizing everything. Am I right, Lisa? Everything becomes
Yeah,
a catastrophe in your mind.
exactly. And that's why, well, I started with food for this show, and I wanted to continue the conversation for our last show, which is on the 9th, I believe, 2 weeks from now, to talk about more of that mental health part, because so many people have lost their jobs within the last 3 months. It's just amazing, and it's not just the US where that may be in the news all the time. It's all over the world. So if there's anything you can do to make someone's life a little easier, all of those things support your hormones. Because the more good you give, the more good you feel, and you don't go into that dark place. Your mindset is one where you're coming from love and gratitude. And once you're coming from that place, your menopausal symptoms actually feel less. So it's not just, well, we're giving because somebody has less. Once you're always coming from that place of love and gratitude, your menopausal symptoms feel less. So doing good for others actually does good for you. So, and I just love that Calm is showing a different side of Christmas. And that is where I love having these shows. You know, Alex has talked about being so grateful for the people on this platform. I love, no matter how crappy I feel, I love having these conversations because you get so much love and so much different ideas from the different cultures, and it's always a place of gratitude here. So, thank you everyone for making this a great space again. I just wanted to touch on Natalie's comment.
I dare say, Lisa, you know,
Yes,
there's
that
some live
comment.
events on Christmas Day, right?
Sorry?
There's some live events on Christmas Day. The people who always do events at Christmas, always.
Yes, so I was going to mention that as well. So first, this comment. So if anyone knows of other apps that speak to free meals or where you can volunteer, anything along those lines, please put it in the comments because I am not aware of these apps. Right? So she's talking about Too Good to Go. I never heard of this one.
Yeah, they're Too Good to Go out. This one that's definitely gives you you can get stuff and give stuff. That's
Okay,
thing, right?
so I wasn't aware of that. So thank you so much, Natalie. And yes, on this platform, I think it starts Christmas Eve. There's running LinkedIn events that persons, I think they run it for 3 hours and then someone else takes over. So you have people all over the world running. It's basically like a continuous show.
Yeah.
So if you're home alone, let's say it's snowing too much and you can't leave your apartment or your home, and you want just to be around people, have company, there is always a few shows running on LinkedIn continuously from like the 23rd to the 26th. So if all else fails and you can't reach out to others in person, you always have a place on LinkedIn where you can connect.
Yeah. Again, I think it's useful to know who's open for a chat on Christmas Day. You know, if you are by yourself. You know, some people will be by themselves too. You know, it's a crazy thing. You got two people by themselves in separate places. When all you know, you simply have to pick up the phone, or get to the chat on the DMs and chat. You know, I don't know. Americans on WhatsApp, I don't get it, Lisa. I never get it. But with WhatsApp, you can call anyone literally, and it's free. Americans are like, I don't like WhatsApp. I'm like, it's free. You know, it does everything.
Yeah.
You know,
do you know what I wish for Christmas?
What's that?
I wish for a snowless day on Christmas.
I just know that your place.
No snow. No snow.
Yeah, no snow. No snow ever. It hasn't snowed in England for about 20 years.
Seriously?
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. In Scotland, it's a different conversation because they're up north. You know, I haven't seen snow. So my wife said it snowed the other day, for example, down here. But
we had hailstones and a bit of snow, but not much.
Oh, I hear that there's a lot of flu going about in Great Britain right about this time.
There's always
is
a
everybody
flu
familiar
going.
with Zara Camp? She caught it. She got the flu. So everybody wish her good luck in getting well. However you want to do it, DM her, whatever. I'm sure she would love that.
Yeah.
But stay away from catching it as much as you possibly can. I think Natalie Thomas may have that too. So, you know, wish her luck, wish her well.
I think eat healthily. Someone mentioned earlier that Aaron Paulette eat healthy.
Right. Eat healthy. Eat all your oranges. Make sure you eat your oranges.
Well, eating healthily does not prevent you from getting sick. Because once you get the virus, but it will help you recover faster.
Yeah.
Right?
And the aim is to be ready for 2026, right?
Yes, we're going into 2026 with a bang, one way or the other, right, Paulette? One way or the other, they're going to have to drag us across the finish line. Okay, whatever body parts we have still working.
I'm waiting to find out if it's New Hip 2026 or New Hip end of the year.
Yeah,
New Year.
Like, just get it done this year, then I can start a new year being a whole new woman. I said to Charles, I'm not the woman he married. He's got all new bits.
Yeah, I know what I was like. Yep.
That's so funny, Paulette.
Yeah,
you know, we have a program at Only Fools and Horses, and there used to be a thing called Trigger's Broom, and he said, I've had the same broom for 30 years. He said, I've had 20 new heads and 15 new brooms and poles. And he said, but I've had the same broom for 30 years. Well, that's what I feel like. I feel like I'm that broom. I've got different heads and different bits. But you know what? We'll be fine. Next year, 2026 is going to be a better year.
Yes.
Pray for 2026.
From your lips to God's ears, yes.
We've still got many more shows between now and Christmas, but there's at least 2 more. Sorry, reminding you, Lisa. No.
Well, it's only one. Are you
doing a show on Christmas and over Christmas?
No, our last show is the 9th.
Okay. That's the show.
So we've got our mental wellness cafes being moved to Thursday.
Yeah. Thursday. Our show first, and then Christiana's after that. Right. Christiana's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Closing down for Christmas, eh? No, I don't know. I don't know what other comments you want to pick on. So there are many
Yeah, I'm just looking through. I'm seeing a lot of people talking about the flu. So this is flu season. You know, every time around Christmas it gets colder, so people pick up the flu. But this is where again eating more plant-based helps. Eating more fruits and vegetables, not just oranges. All fruits. Even adding things like ginger, garlic, turmeric. Well, turmeric with black pepper. Make sure to do the combination, right? So herbs, your oregano, parsley, all of those things, whether fresh or dried, right? Cinnamon. Increase those as well into your meals. Those things will help. Just want to make sure it coats all.
Where does a cold come from? No, I'm asking you, Lisa.
Well, it's a virus that's airborne, so I'm not sure where it originates.
So how'd you catch a cold when you haven't been out and haven't seen anyone?
I can tell you that it was already in the property.
Really? So no, I mean the other day, so when I come back from
And you
Ghana,
had a damp house. You had picking up things that had damp and mold and stuff. It's an airborne virus. That's why people that get on an aeroplane perfectly healthy, and somebody had a cold at the bottom of the aircraft. Somebody at the front
It's all
of the
the air,
aircraft
same air you're
gets in
breathing.
the aircon, and it's whizzed around the aeroplane, and everyone catches it. And that's unfortunately why we're, especially in the offices, all offices that have got air conditioning, you know, you've got to rely on such people like Aaron making sure that they're training these people to get their filters cleaned, because if you don't have clean filters, you're not going to stop that, you know. And it's true, because there was an incident of people that all went down with the flu, and they'd been on the same plane. I mean, I've done it on a cruise ship. Everybody on the cruise ship was ill. We the whole cruise ship was walking around with tissues, and it was like the most miserable time for like 4 or 5 days.
It sounds like it.
It really
Oh,
was.
boy.
Honestly, I reckon that they were giving us boxes of tissues, and it was embarrassing because, like, you know, you're walking around, everyone was walking around like, with their favorite box of tissues under their arm. It was just awful. And
Where does the cold weather come into it?
it doesn't kill it off.
It makes it worse.
It makes it
worse.
more able to pass on. The cold weather allows the virus to hang about.
Okay. That's something new too, Lisa.
It's like a catalyst.
Yeah.
And also, you know that
checking.
you can also get it from animals, like from dogs and cats that are in the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
They just sneeze on you or whatever.
Yeah, we still have the flus. I saw.
Well,
No, I was just going to say somebody is saying that someone got COVID, so COVID is still around.
very much.
So it's just to be a little more mindful, a little bit careful of where you're going. But listen, this is a time to celebrate and be with family and friends in whatever capacity you can. Whether it's, I like the online idea. I think that's a good reminder that you don't have to be physically here. We have technology available. Let's use it, but use this time to find joy. I think that's so important. Yes, it's important for the nutrients and to make sure you're eating healthy, but also your mental health is important. So if a slice of cheesecake will bring you joy, have the damn cheesecake without
it'll bring me joy.
Without worrying about I'm going to put on extra weight those things don't matter in the long run. But sit and savor it without the mental anguish of what, you know, sit and savor it and enjoy it. And if the next meal is, say, okay, listen, I'm going to have a salad because I had the cheesecake. If that's your choice, okay. But listen, there are ways to do it if you need. Sorry?
So that's misery. No, eat the cheesecake and have another one.
Come to my Boxing Day. There's always extra cheesecake.
Listen, if you could come to Trinidad for Christmas, you will food will be a different story, okay?
Oh,
You'll go home at probably 20 pounds heavier, but you would have the
Nothing wrong
best
with
time
that.
ever.
Nothing wrong with that. 20 pounds is not too bad. No, I can do that at home. It's fine.
It's just to find joy around this time. Life is too hard. This year
Absolutely.
was difficult for a lot of us. And if you can find, like Cam said, a meal that is going to make you grateful and thankful for this year, we made it to the end. That's what it's about.
It is. It is.
It really is. It really is.
So we do have to go. So of course we thank all our friends who've been here.
Yeah.
Lisa is going to do the work through the comments, of course. My wife called a bug to cancel our gathering. Lucky you.
A lot of the comments are about the flu, but Chirito had one at the end about the recipes. Sometimes the names are different in different countries. So yeah, I've started looking at that to put the alternate names. But if you see anything that I post that you're not familiar with, please let me know. Because sometimes we write things and it's normal in the UK and the US, but countries outside of that may call it something different. So please let me know and I will find the name and let you know. But then remember, recipes are also, unless you're baking and everything has to be exact, recipes are places to be curious as to how you can make adjustments. So you don't have to follow it exactly. But if you're not sure, you can always reach out to me and I can give you the alternative things you can use. But thanks for that.
No, because again, as Natalie says, thank you especially to Mr. Calm and Mr. Alexis.
Thank you so much.
Coming to share with us. Alexis, thank you even more for our books that we're working on as we speak. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And thank you, Annie.
Don't wait till the bitter end before you publish your books. Now come to us sooner. 2026. We'll wait. Come this out 2026, even better, right? How many books can I publish before Christmas? Yeah, well, black pepper soup. That sounds
I would
great.
need a recipe for that one. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Feel free to post a link to that video or recipe for that.
I just hope it's more than water and black pepper.
I'm
in
yes,
I'm struggling with that one.
Is that Christiana?
No, but Nigeria, pepper soup is not what you think. Pepper soup is peppery soup. It is soup that's extremely peppery.
Yeah.
It looks like black pepper or water. That's not what it is. That's not what it is. That's Christiana. That's not what she means. Pepper soup is always a good thing.
It is joking. But please post a link. That sounds interesting.
Hey, look. Come, Lisa. We need to go.
Yeah, well, you're putting comments up. My friends, thank you again. This time has flown by, but I really appreciate all the comments, people coming on stage, persons reposting the events because we had that tech issue at the beginning. So thank you so much. Join us again for our last show on the 9th at 5 p.m. Eastern, where we'll talk a little more about the mental health side of the holidays. I think is something we need to continue discussing. And hopefully we'll have more links of where you can go during the holidays for that extra support. But really appreciate your time and I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, for sure. Thank you. Black pepper soup is not just black. It's not just black pepper.
We need a link. I need to see that. Post that YouTube video or something, please.
Yeah, no, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Lisa. Take care.
Thank you. See you Thursday, hopefully.
Yes.
Please post links for that as well.
Mental wellness camp.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. So take care, everyone.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.
Global.Media.com and celebrate it with or without champagne or rum. Achieve success with Global.Media.